Now, you have been reacting to this because we also know that the group has designed their currency and their flag in anticipation of the independence, and finally it has happened. Let's go to Facebook and see what you have been saying. So this one is from @Matthew Baidu, who says, I agree they can separate if they want, but just like they voted to join Ghana, they must use the same means to separate. Few people can't decide for all, especially in other regions. Isaac says, maybe Cohen Ofiriata knew this, and that's why he never budgeted for the Volta roads. Hey, Matao. Brock Kwabena says, so will Ghana continue to give them water and electricity? Deport all people from Togoland working in Ghana now. Take away our teachers and health personnel? Well, I'm confused. Atiabwa Solomon says, we, the people of the Oti region, were part of the Western Togoland and did not ask any separatist group to declare any independent states for us. And Ho is not Western Togoland. Western Togoland cuts across a number of towns. They know that. Alexis Doyen says, we joke too much in this country, and Fafa Becca thinks that this is the joke of the year. Kofi Ottobal says this is a treasonable offence and needs to be dealt with according to the law. PSC Van says then all the members of Parliament for Volta region should be sacked from the Parliament House now, and it has been given the opportunity for the NPP to rule Ghana forever since there is no Volta region, which happens to be the NDC stronghold. Kwesi Bafo Akufo says, and yet you want the government of Ghana to construct your road network for you. Who does that? Fred T-Leaf Tekpo says, 2.5 people declare independence. Who is the president? Who is the vice, the speaker of parliament, national team coach? In fact, I'm a Ghanaian and not a messed up Western Togolander. Lazandra Sefa says there's more to it than what we're hearing. They have a lot of backing, finances, politicians, Western support, national security, and all the security agencies must take this issue seriously. Henry Nyako says, so just this few people want independence as Sim. And Hubert says he thinks it's a nice move. And I know says happy independence to you, or Western Togoland. More bye-bye. And Kojo Snapper says, I wonder who will be the ambassador to Ghana. Western Togoland is also trending on Twitter, and people are asking, so when is Uber coming to Western Togoland? And they're also talking about, currency and what kind of flag they will have. Now, let's talk about the Fourside Music Awards. As we know that the 10th edition of the annual Fourside Music Video Awards came off at Kempinski Hotel on Saturday, November 16. Now, the 2019 Fourside Music Video Awards has been dubbed the most exciting edition in the last 5 years, with over 20 categories. This year's event honored artists, directors, and key industry players in Ghana and across Africa. However, it seems patrons did not only come to the event to watch and have fun, but to also show off some of their best outfits from their closets. Let's check out some of the awesome outfits that graced the Fourside Awards red carpets. Well, those are some of the looks from the red carpet of the Fourside Music Video Awards 2019. On that note, I'm going to take a quick breather. We'll be back with more. Myself, Mapita CBD. Now, Ghanaian gospel music icon and 2017 VGMA Artist of the Year winner Joe Metal stormed UK with his Wind of Revival concert last weekend. And of course, he gave a stellar performance. But what stood out for many people, especially those on social media, was or who couldn't attend, was Simiane, a French-speaking white lady who was singing in Tree and Ga songs. And she was singing those songs as if it was her mother tongue. She's been trending on various social media platforms. Here's an excerpt from her performance. All right, from one church to another, someone who's been trending on various social media platforms is Kanye West. As we know, he's now, born again, and he's been spreading the word of God. He's been preaching his songs. Now, yesterday, he visited Joel Austin at the Lakewood Church, and he had a few things to say.
Awesome to have you.
In my lowest points, God was there with me and sending me visions and inspiring me. And I remember sitting in the hospital at UCLA after having a mental breakdown, and there's documentations of me drawing a church and writing start a church in the middle of Calabasas. So as I sat there saying, I'm gonna make a gospel album, there were Christians that were there that were not, excuse me, brother, I go into these streams of consciousness when I'm talking, and when you're speaking in the middle of it, it distracts me. I really appreciate the support, but I would like for everybody to be completely silent so I can let God flow through me as I speak to you guys today. And now, the trend, the shift is going to change. Jesus has won the victory. Because now I told you about my arrogance and cockiness already. Now, the greatest artist that God has ever created is now working for him. Even for someone who's professing God and saying, this is going to be a gospel album, the devil's going to come and do everything he can to distract people from knowing how to fully be in service to the Lord. And all of that arrogance and confidence and cockiness that y'all seen me use before, God is now using for him. They are in the wrong, or that they are basking and living and capitalizing off of sin. We all have sin. It's another thing to just be selling drugs in the children's parking lot. There's a lot of people in the Christian community that try to give Joel a hard time because when you turn on the radio, he keeps on showing you how good God is.
A lot of people spoke about that on social media. As you know, Kanye West was known as, a hardcore rapper, and recently he has turned to become, a Christian rapper, and he says he's born again. Now, let's take some Monday motivation. Every Monday on Twitter, hashtag Monday Motivation Trends, giving you the motivation to continue the week. As you can see, I have soaked a lot of the Monday motivation, so I am very excited and I am very motivated for this week. But let me try and motivate you, and let's go to Twitter and see what you have been saying. At Visionaire, who says the biggest crime you can commit against yourself is to not have a personal development plan. Hashtag Monday Motivation. At Bad Manus Dikma says, educating the mind without educating the heart is no educating at all. And he's taken that from Aristotle. All right, this one is from at Denta, who says, today's Monday, what are your goals for the day? Either you run the day or the day runs you. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. Make each day a masterpiece. All right, this one says, eat less, talk less, sleep less. You know what matters? Your health and your well-being. And I couldn't agree with that more. That's what matters, your health and your well-being. Advent Matt 01 says, a great future does not require a great past. Hashtag Monday Motivation. At Ladi Juju says, some of the things you criticize about yourself are your greatest strengths. Hashtag Monday Motivation. And Father of Media says every event in your life, no matter how big or small, plays a significant role in your growth. Learn from experience. At Jimmy Soul says, hashtag Monday Motivation. You're nothing if you're not the truth. Substance through service. Your legacy is very important. This week's vision. This will be a powerful week for you on a spiritual level. Yes, you'll receive that breakthrough you've been waiting on. This can be in any area of your life. Your focus should be on feeling, thinking, and knowing it will happen. Walk into this week with that energy. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in myself too. Thank you very much for that. At the Nunukins account says, if the task seems too big for you, tackle it one step at a time and you will grow into it. Hashtag Monday Motivation. At Pride_Nomhle says, I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust to my sails to always reach the destination. At Jeremy says, as we've reached the last few weeks of 2019, may we not lose our loved ones. May we be victors and not victims of 2019. Hashtag Monday Motivation. Now let's take some wise words from the late Mother Teresa.
Personally, I'm most unworthy. But I brought a girl child from the street. And I could see in the face of the child that the child was hungry. God knows how many days they had not eaten. So I gave her a piece of bread. And the little one started eating the bread crumb by crumb. And I said to the child, eat the bread. Eat the bread. And she looked at me and said, I'm afraid to eat the bread because I'm afraid when it is finished, I will be hungry again. This is a reality. Maybe we are not hungry for a piece of bread, but maybe there is somebody there in the family who is unwanted, unloved, uncared, forgotten. There is love. Love begins at home. And love to be true has to hurt. And this is what I bring before you. To love one another with great love.
That's some Monday motivation for you. Love one another, love yourself, respect one another, and remember this week, health is wealth. Put your health and make it a priority. Put your health first, you know, because you can easily die. We don't want you to die. That's how I end JoyNews Interactive here on the JoyNews channel, on Multi TV, on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 144, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. My YouTube, we are My Joy Online TV. Have yourselves an awesome day. Bye.